Well, let's wind down the day then. About 1.5 minutes left for the day to end. Anuj, largely been a good day for the bulls. I mean, they've been hanging on to their firm grip, and that continued even today.
That continued. For me, the big story today was the Bank Nifty, Sonia. Like we pointed out in the morning, the index to focus on really could be the Bank Nifty. The catch-up trade is well and truly on now, and 1.5% higher. The Nifty is not closing at the high point by any stretch of imagination. The Bank Nifty is closing at the highest point. I think that for me is really the key takeaway as far as today's trade is concerned. Can the Bank Nifty stage a bit of a comeback and bridge that gap that it has had between itself and the Nifty? In terms of stocks, Axis was one of your stocks of the day, up about 4%. IndusInd Bank was up about 2.5%. HDFC Bank up 2%. HDFC was up. ICICI Bank, State Bank of India. So banks did well. Apart from that, Z Entertainment was up about 5%. BPCL, ITC made a big movement. In fact, ITC had very strong delivery volumes today. Last time I checked, at 1 o'clock, delivery volume had already crossed about 1 crore shares. So it will be interesting to see the final delivery numbers on ITC, but that could be interesting. On the way down, Shree Cement reacting to numbers, Titan reacting to numbers, UPL had some profit taking, and really the big decent pharma profit taking happened in pharma. Cipla, Dr. Reddy's, both of these stocks were down. But overall, a really good day as far as the large caps are concerned. Some profit taking though today in mid caps, Sonia.
There was some profit taking for sure, but so many stocks continued with their gains from the last few days. So Imami was up 10%. It's now up 31% for this week. Clearly been the stock of the week. IDFC First Bank was up almost 8% today. You had a Union Bank that was up 5%. JSPL has been hitting new highs, up 5% there. Voltas up almost about 5%, so pretty good there. Names like IRCTC gained a bit of ground, so up 3.5% there. Emphasis was up almost about 2.5%. Motherson Sumi saw a big comeback after the management was quite confident that things are going to pick up here on. So Motherson Sumi ends with 2.5% gains. Hexaware has been hitting new highs as well, so it closes at that 400 rupee plus mark. And then you had Ambuja Cements too that hit a fresh 52-week high today. So lots and lots of stocks actually doing pretty well. Overall, the mid-cap index closed a tad bit in the red. That's because you had stocks like Vodafone Idea that closed with 3% losses. Titan was down 3.5%. Equitas was down 2.5%. BEL, BHEL both down about 1 to 2 odd percent. But let's thank our guests on that note for joining us and taking us through what has been a pretty good last hour of trade. The bulls once again go home quite victorious with a gain of almost about half odd percent on the Sensex and the Nifty. The mid caps was the only sour piece of the market today, down about 50 odd points, but it has had a fairly decent rally, so some amount of profit taking will not be too harmful. But let's do one thing. Let's thank our guests for joining us and wrap up on this edition of Closing Bell.